to defend yourself from physical harm, then to just let it be because it's just going to get worse. And I can say that speaking of experience. I've been to a few schools in my past, and I had one school that I went to where I came out from a school and I got in fights like since second grade, and whether I was starting it or not, to going to no fights. And like if someone pushed me, I still wouldn't fight them. If someone hit me in the face, I still wouldn't fight them. And it was just kind of like everybody looked at you like the kid that got, and it just got worse for me.
He just allowed it.
And to the point where I had to go back, like back to my hometown, And then I moved to the place I'm at now, and it's amazing. I love it.
Like Deerfield? Yeah.
It was kind of like, and I think the reason I loved it the most is I was confident. Like from day one, I was like, I didn't like run my mouth and talk a lot, but I was like still trying to get like talk to my classmates. Even the first day, like I was like, don't get me wrong, I was like kind of scared they wouldn't like me, kind of scared they would like, like what they were, like.
That's a fear, yeah.
And you got to get over that. You just got to talk to them and be cool, be chill. Don't be like yelling and talking about random stuff, or always, and don't ever like in class like play more video games, if your friends play video games, I get that, but like if you're the only one playing video games and your class is doing something else, go join your class. Like don't be like separate, like
outside.
Join in, I'm not saying it's wrong to be different. I'm not saying that at all. I'm just saying like it's okay to be different, but you still gotta like blend in and like
be confident because you're different.
Yeah, like if it's not wrong to be different. So say like you're super smart and your whole class is dumb, like super dumb, like a bag of rocks, and you're different, but then you start going over there and maybe helping people and helping them with their work and helping show them how to do it.
You find good people,
and then they'll be your friends. Whether you guys can find common things, and then things you're separate from. And the things that you are separate, that's you. That's the real you. Don't try to change yourself for your friends. Be yourself with your friends, because if you have to change yourself for somebody to be your friend, they ain't your friend. They ain't gonna be there through the end. They ain't gonna be your homies at the end of it.
I think it's very important. Okay, it's good to have your friends that you don't always you don't talk about everything with, right? But I think it's very important to have a best friend.
Yeah, and
because you need that person that you can trust.
And it's always good to whether you agree or like you don't have to be best friends with someone. It's just good to be nice to them. Whether they talk bad about you, just be nice to them, like somebody comes up and calls you a bad name, just be cool and be like, just shake it off and just still be nice to them, whether they're being mean to you.
Well, right now, like it just in our experience, we feel like us as teenagers, we feel very alone, But I think that because I think everybody needs a circle of trust.
Right, a foundation.
A foundation, right? A circle of trust, people that you trust. And I think that'll come later. I don't think it's going to come in your teen years. I think in your teen years, you're discovering what you, like, accept.
And I'm not going to lie. There's times that you feel alone and, like, you're the only one that you have no friends.
Everybody goes through that. That's
just a phase, man. Like,
don't let that...
Don't let that... Don't get so discouraged.
It doesn't last forever. It don't last forever.
Right, and if you are in that situation, counselors are alright, but the best people to talk to is your friends. That's what I'm saying. So if you ever get like, dang, like, bro, or like if someone hurts your feelings, just go up to them straight up.
Hey man, say, I'm down right now. Like, let's talk about it.
Yeah, like, hey, can we talk real quick? And don't talk in front of the whole class, because then the whole class will jump on you for like, talk to them in private. Be like, hey, bro, like that kind of hurt my feelings.
That's kind of if you do it in front of your whole class, it's kind of, or in front of a group of people, it's kind of you're seeking for attention.
Yeah, and it's more like it's gonna fire back on you, because then you embarrass the person who embarrassed you, because you're being the bigger person, and then it's like, well, now I feel like crap in front of all my friends, so I have to make you feel like crap, But if you do it privately, they'll take it and they'll be like, well, like there's two ways this could go. One way, it will go like, yeah, man, like, okay, I'm sorry, like I didn't mean to hurt your feelings. And then the other way it could go, like, stop being a baby, you know, like, and then at that point, it's just kind of best to kind of, like, shut that off, just to not mess with them. And, like...
Because you don't want to mess with toxic people.
Right, and by still trying to be his friend, even though he don't want to be yours, it's just going to make it harder and longer for you in the long run, so...
Yeah. Yeah, you don't need toxic people in your life. You need people that are going to make you feel good about yourself. You need people that are going to accept what you are.
And keep your priorities straight. It's never bad to say no. So, like me, I vape for one, and I don't force that on anyone. If you don't want to vape, that's cool with me. Yeah, I'll offer to you. You say no, I'll respect that. And don't fall under peer pressure. If you keep your boundaries, keep your goals and life.
If someone's peer pressuring you, you know that's not your friend.
And not just that, like, you know, some people do it without thinking. I can't say that.
Yeah.
I mean, one of my best friends, you know, tried to peer pressure me into something that I didn't want to do. You know what I said? I said, no, you know, wait till you're ready to do something, you know. Whether that be in relationships or in school, you know. Like, if you're in a relationship and you want something that your significant other doesn't want, or your girlfriend or boyfriend doesn't want, then respect that, you know, and
of course.
And then you would expect them to respect that for you, you know.
Yeah.
And I mean, I've had a past where, like,
that's why talking is so important.
Yeah,
communication.
And it's always good to get your mind open and out there, and, you know, state your opinions and stuff. But there's a time and a place for everything too. Like, you might like in class, you can say stuff. But it's like you wouldn't say something that you would say like, like let's go do something this weekend. You wouldn't like say, you gotta watch what you say in class too, because you might think that the teachers are not listening, but they're listening, bro, and and it changes their opinion of you by your actions. So if you go into class,
hey man,
cussing, super like crazy, let's go drink some alcohol or do drugs or something, then that's going to put a bad impression on you instantly, because them teachers might not be looking at you and paying attention to you, but they still hear that stuff.
Now they are looking at you.
And it changes their opinion, and I'll be straight up with you. There's a lot of teachers that will work with you, but they won't work with you if you talk like that, you know, like if you get that bad opinion of yourself out there.
Like the cussing
and stuff in their class, or breaking class rules or whatever. As soon as you do that, it's hard for them to
respect you, yeah.
Say you have like a 79% and it's like a C+, and you really, really badly need a B. Them teachers aren't going to work with you if you got that bad opinion, you know. You got to keep your mind straight and give them the best opinion of you can. And there's going to be people out there who's just going to be after you, and that's just how life is going to be in general. Yeah. And it's just crazy.
Eliminate those people. Don't
for
keep
instance,
talking to those people.
For instance, this year, I went through a lot of crap with school, you know, and I'm over it. Like, I'm not sad anymore, you know. Like, there's no need to hold on to the past. But for instance, I was at a basketball game. First, let's start at football. I was a running back in football. Very good. I had probably one of the best seasons of my life since I started playing football.
You sure?
Yeah.
I don't think so. I was there every game. No, I'm just kidding.
And I scored at least every game. Every game. And I scored the most points all but one game. Most touchdowns all but one game. And I was a very good player. Got first team all league. And then basketball comes around. And the first game, I was vaping on the bus. And my coach saw it, and he was like, hey, you need to put that away. Like, I don't want you getting in trouble. And he's like, you don't need to bring that to games anymore. And he's just like, I'm going to let it slide this time, but it can't happen again. And I was like, yeah, I get that. And so the next game, I had one on me. It's just bad place and timing. You know, like I stopped bringing mine to school, and it was just kind of like I stopped for the longest time, and I just stopped bringing it to school period. You know, because we had like a long speech with our principal and stuff, and one of my friends got a little out of his mind, and he had to go home, and you know, I didn't want him getting in any more trouble than he already was, so I just stuck his vape in my pocket, you know, because I had one anyways. It just was broken at the time, and that day I was going to give it back to him, but then he said he'd let me keep it, and I just totally forgot about it, and I wasn't going to bring it to school anymore, and it was just kind of like a bad deal. Well, I didn't want to get in trouble inside with it, so I left it on the bus, and someone told on me, and they searched my stuff, and it was just kind of like they found it, you know. And that's where my life took a big turning point. My dreams and my goals all changed, and it's just kind of like one of the moments where now I can't play basketball this year, or you know, and I can't play football next year. You can't do the things you love. I can't do the things I like to do, track, any sports, you know, and it's just like all my grades went down. I had all A's and B's. Now I'm struggling in my grades because it was right before finals. And it's just to the point in my life where, you know, the reason I went to public school, because I had the option to be homeschooled or public school. The reason I even went to public school was so I could play sports, and now that's taken away from me. You know, so I took a different route, you know, and I'm going to keep grinding and keep going, and the best thing is to overcome. And so I ended up dropping out last Tuesday, and you know, I got a full-time job, making a lot of money, and you know, I'm just gonna straighten my life out, move out, start taking care of budgeting my money, staying and taking care of myself, and I'm gonna you know, finish high school through online, or I'm gonna get my GED, one of the two. I'm not sure yet. I'm still balancing. Things are in work right now that I don't know how it's going to turn out, but you know, you just got to keep grinding, keep that head up, keep positive, hold on to the people you keep close. You know, my biggest fear through all this was losing my boys. You know, that was the hardest thing about dropping out. Like, I see them every day, you know, like, but it's not and like same. Look at, you know, like I don't see them no more, you know. Yeah. And so now, like even right now, I'm hanging out with one of my boys, you know. So like, and it's good. Like, I'm not gonna lie, I love doing this. I love hanging out with Nathaniel over here and some of my other friends. I went and hung out with friends pretty much all week this week, and it's just been really good to like see their support, and they still like support me through this decision, and it just kind of shows me who the real ones are and who the real ones aren't, you know. Like there's a friend of mine, I wouldn't call him a friend really much anymore, but like I considered him a friend, but since OSS got out, has he contacted me once? Nah. Has he hung out with me once? Nah. So it just kind of shows like he shut me out like that. So it's like, you know, he ain't gonna be there. Like if he's willing to shut you out over this, then he's and this is actually a very good point in my life where it's like shows me who the real ones are and who the fake ones are. And you're gonna have real and fake friends pretty much all your life. You just gotta know who the real ones are through everything, you know. Yeah. And you got to keep them close. Whether you get new friends or not, they were there first, and they've been the real ones, so you got to take care of them. You can't blow off your old friends for some new friends, you know. You got to hold on to as many friends as you can get. Surround yourself with as many people and
that you can trust, and
family and all that. And so my dad is actually a preacher, you know, and so going through all this with even at home, it's pretty hard, you know. Just turned 18 in December, and it's just like I just got to keep grinding and keep living life, you know.
And I think you're built for it, you know. I don't think a lot of people are built for it. I think a lot of people want to stay comfortable, and I think you're taking the not comfortable route.
Well, I gotta live life sometime, and I'm not saying my life is gonna end at this full-time job. That's not it, you know. Like you gotta keep moving forward. I'm gonna get some certifications in welding. I'm gonna finish my welding certification. I'm probably gonna get some heavy equipment certifications, and that's only gonna them certifications are only gonna help you in life. They're not gonna make it bad as long as you don't go into debt. I would say some advice as right now, me going through all this is